Have you ever tried a fantastic cake before? Without any egg, no butter, no margarine, no yogurt, and without any machine. Just bring one or two things together and you are good to go. You make this absolutely delicious cake. Let me show you. So the first thing you need to do is you measure out 50 grams of milk powder. Add this milk powder into your bowl or into your mixing bowl. To that, you add 50 grams of hot water. Okay, once you add the water, gently mix the milk powder and the water together, just as you've seen in the video. Once it has mixed thoroughly, you add in half tablespoon of white vinegar. After adding the white vinegar, just stir everything, cover this and let it rest for 10 minutes. This time the milk will kind of thicken a little more. Okay, then once after the 10 minutes, you stir the whole mixture again. Like I told you, it's going to thicken a little more than it was before. So the next thing you do now is to add in your vegetable oil. You add in 90 grams of vegetable oil into the bowl or into the mixture or into the milk. After adding the vegetable oil, you go in with 50 grams of granulated sugar. Okay, so once you are done adding the sugar, you start creaming or mixing this very well. You need to mix or cream this thoroughly to make sure that the sugar lumps are not that much visible again. You can also use an electric mixer for this. Okay, so once you are done making this, you go in with a pinch of orange food color, which is optional if you don't want it to have the orange color at the end, because I want to make a Fanta cake. That is why I added the orange color, to give it that orange color color. Then make sure you cream and cream thoroughly. As you cream this, you will notice that the whole mixture will start to thicken up. Okay, so at this point you will go in with your flour. You measure out and sift 120 grams of all-purpose flour. You can as well use cake flour for this recipe. Okay, so you add in this all-purpose flour in 2 batches. Once you have added the first one, you mix in, then you add the last batch and you also mix everything. You will notice that after adding the flour or after mixing the flour, the whole mixture is going to look a bit thick and not that easier for you to to mix it again, or to whip it again, or to whisk it again. So at this point, you come in with your Fanta drink. So you measure out 50 grams of this Fanta drink into the mixture or into your batter. Add in 1 teaspoon of baking powder and 1/8 teaspoon of baking soda. So after adding the baking powder and the baking soda, you will go on and gradually, gently combine everything together. Okay, already you are seeing, you will start seeing the reaction of the baking powder once you add it to the Fanta drink, or in the Fanta. So the next thing, you add in your mixing flavor, or I normally use my combo flavor that gives me the absolute taste. So you can use any flavor of your choice, and then make sure you mix everything thoroughly. You add half teaspoon of the flavor, then you add extra 1 tablespoon of the Fanta drink. I added it because I noticed that the batter, it wasn't that kind of lighter the way I want it, so I needed it to be a little bit lighter and not too thick, so I added extra 1 tablespoon. So after adding the 1 tablespoon of the Fanta, you combine everything, mix everything thoroughly. Then you grease a 6 inches round pan, line the bottom of the pan with baking paper, and then you transfer this batter you have just made into the pan. Okay, so once, make sure you add every inch of this batter into the pan. And once you are done adding your batter into the pan, tap the base of the pan severally on your work surface. This will help to ease out air and also level the batter. And once that is done, you bake this in your preheated oven at 150 degrees C for 50 minutes, or according to your oven temperature. Believe me, you are going to have this amazing, super delicious, fluffy and moist Fanta cake. So once your cake has cooled down completely on the cooling rack, you can wrap it up and let it stay for up to an hour or 2 hours or even overnight before you can start enjoying this cake. The wrapping will keep the cake moist and yummy. Like right now, this is the most delicious cake you can ever think of having. You can make this cake for a birthday, for an appreciation cake. Even you can frost this cake and serve it to your guests, and believe me, they will love it. Thanks for watching, and see you in my next one.